I think some would call this the greatest miracle that has ever happened on YouTube. And no, you're not dreaming, I have actually uploaded a Football Manager video once again. Although it has taken me about 7 months to actually make the video as well. Well, I'd say 7 months, more like 2 days. But 7 months in the making. If you were one of the very few people who have wondered where I've been very active on Twitch more recently. I stream Football Manager more there than I actually make videos on it. Not that you would care anyway, but here's some highlights. The first of which was that I got into an argument with a Norwegian pole dancer on Twitch while I was streaming. And then I gifted 3 subs to my chat and she got one of them. And now she's one of my best friends. Amazing. I've also been enjoying the aspects of the match engine as well. They're not going to win the game now, are they? This game, man. There's literally no highlights all game. And then they get one shot and it just goes into the back of the net. And now I'm out of the Luxembourg Cup. A prestigious competition, some would say. It's like this game, man. This game. This. Absolute But anyway, that's been my last 7 months. So let's get on with the episodes. Wait, hold on. I don't look that wide, do I? I'm going to have to check this in the mirror. Okay, I've just checked myself in the mirror. I definitely look that white. And why does it look like I'm having flashbacks of Vietnam? Johnny, I've been sacked. We've been relegated. This game. But as I was mentioning, we are taking over Huddersfield Town, the worst team in the Premier League this season that's just gone. I think that, what did they get, like 14 points? I mean, that's nothing to me. In before I go and get 10 points and get relegated in March. I met up with the chairman and he asked me to play possession football. I mean, he does realise we are Huddersfield Town in the Premier League. A team that shouldn't even be in this league in the first place. I mean, and he expects us to play possession football. I mean, I can't wait to play Man City off the park in about January. And then get beaten 8-0. Because they got Sergio Aguero and I've got bloody... I don't even know who I've got up front anymore because I've just sold the Poitras. I mean, I've only just started to save and 5 minutes in I found out my assistant manager is called Andres Winkler. Winkler. That's an actual last name, is it? They're not having me on. Or I'm not being trolled by Football Manager. The board expectations, as predicted, is that we need to avoid relegation, which, I mean, with every series that I do, is literally the aim. We also warmed up for the upcoming Premier League season by losing 3-0 to Wolfsburg. As you know, with Proudy series, we like to focus all our attention onto one player and hope that he can get us out of the shithole that we've found ourselves in. But Aaron Moy, this bald-headed genius, is going to hopefully lead us to at least 16th place next year.
I got a ball here!
One of our first outgoings is Laurent de Poitras has gone to Stoke for 8.75 million. I mean, the fact that Stoke have paid 8.75 million is a joke in itself. I mean, they have seen him play football, haven't they? So Atalanta put in a bid for Elias Kachunga, who is one of my highly rated players at Huddersfield, and he's worth about 10 million. And Atalanta decided to put in a bid of 700k. I mean, once again, am I being trolled by Football Manager? Are they taking the piss out of me? Dimitar Berbatov also moved to Crystal Palace in unrelated news to this series. One of the journalists from 442 asked me what made me take this job. Uploading YouTube videos, you know, actually reviving my dead channel. Is that an option that I can use? The transfer budget is also an incredible 6.45 million, so I'm definitely going to bring in a lot of good players. I also told the team that I expect us to avoid relegation this year, and they said we're definitely capable of avoiding finishing rock bottom of the league. Well, rock bottom, brilliant. So at least we can finish 19th, and then all the players will be happy. I've also looked at the transfers we've made, and we spent a lot of money on 2 players from Monaco. I mean, 18 million for Terence Congolo. I mean, is he even good? I mean, we'll inevitably find out when he breaks his leg after about 5 games and he's out for the season, and then I can't play him, and then I've got no money. Anyway, let's move into the signings I've made, hopefully to propel us up the table, because if I've wasted all this money on these players, then financially we are screwed next year. I mean, sorry, Huddersfield are screwed. I'm not going to be here, probably. But first of all, I looked at the team and noticed we had as much flair as a brick wall covered in beige paint. So I signed a very recognisable young Argentine winger, Christian Pavon, from Boca Juniors for 11.5 million, which actually was the entirety of my transfer budget. Oh dear. Second of all, I did look at options for versatility, and Alexander Zinchenko has come in from Man City on loan for the whole season. Very good player, could play in about 20 different positions. I'll probably need him in those 20 positions somewhat this year. And finally, I needed a left-sided midfielder, and I couldn't find anyone, and I panicked on deadline day and signed Chris Brunt. Yeah, not really the big name signing I was hoping for. But I mean, he scored at Old Trafford once, so that's experience. And if you don't believe I've signed him, I actually have signed him. But anyway, moving to the match against Watford, and I have a feeling SI has actually put this as the first game of the season because they are the only licensed Premier League team. Well, we were handed a golden opportunity to take the lead over Watford after being given a penalty after 25 minutes. And Christopher Schindler, my centre-back, stepped up to take it. And I thought, well, he's easily going to stick this in the bottom corner and we're going to win the game. That was until Gomez actually guessed the right way and saved the penalty. Great start. But it didn't matter because 10 minutes later, Terence Congola put a fantastic ball into the box for Christian Pavon, the new signing, to volley past Gomez to give us a 1-0 lead. And that was when I thought, maybe we're going to win the league. That was until Watford played a long ball over the top and Troy Deeney took it down and scored. Not great, but it doesn't matter because Troy Deeney was definitely not going to score second in the second half. Oh wait, he was. And then he was definitely not going to score his hat-trick in the second half as well. Oh wait, he was indeed. Which meant we lost the game to Watford by 3-1. But it doesn't matter because we got another game this episode and we are playing Chelsea away, who are currently bottom of the league because they lost 6-1 to Liverpool in the first day of the season. I mean, this is already a 6-pointer in the second game of the season. I mean, we're not even bottom either. Yeah, we're now bottom of the league. This is probably going to be a long season.
It's right there.